Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We are reading from chapter 6, the Yoga of Meditation, and we have reached verse 30. He who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, he never becomes separated from me, nor do I become separated from him. So, very beautiful description of the experience of a God-realized person. Swami Shivananda explains in this verse, the Lord describes the effect of the vision of the unity of the self or oneness. He who sees me, the self, capital S, of all in all beings and everything, from Brahma the Creator down to the blade of grass in me, I am not lost to him, nor is he lost to me. So, this may bring up some questions. For instance, what does it mean, he who sees me everywhere? And we touched upon it when we were reading the previous verses. Do I think that an elephant is the same as a dog? Do I think that a dog is the same as a cow? Ramana Maharshi gave us a very clear answer. All is God, but don't go putting your head in the mouth of a tiger. Why? Because the names and forms are different. And name and form also will mean different functions. So the tiger has its own function, its own dharma. It is a predator. And if it grabs hold of food, it will eat it. A cow is a different thing. It is not a predator. It has a different name, a different form, and a different function. It's doing other things. So if I treat a cow and a tiger in the same way, physically, I will run into problem. So this is not the intention here. The intention here is understanding truly that the principle of liveliness that is existing in the cow, in the dog, in the elephant, in the tree, in whatever it is in creation, is nothing but God. The entire creation is God's manifested form. So this is God with qualities. And we are getting, again, in chapter 11, we get to see how it is. We will get a very, very elaborate description of the Virat Swarup, of the cosmic form. What it really means that God is the entire creation and everything is within God, for a person whose eye of intuition is open. Again, even that for us will be a meditation. But Lord Krishna understands that we need a lot of help understanding or even being able to meditate on the truth of that is brought here in this verse, the truth of creation, the truth of reality. So many, many more examples are given, but here it's very nicely describes, sees me through the eye of intuition. It's not with the physical eyes. With the physical eyes, we will see the physical names and forms, the expressions of God in creation. So this expression will be a flower, this expression will be a person, this expression will be a tree, this expression will be a tiger, and so on and so forth. This is as far as the physical eyes can reach. But through the eye of intuition, and we heard about this in verse 29, we see the real essence. We see the underlying divinity that is common to all. We see the unity. Now it says he never becomes separated from me. So this we can relate to already. hopefully. But also comes, nor do I become separated from him. So what does it mean? And this will be discussed in chapters 7 and on. Does God all of a sudden become partial? What's happening here? God holds on to his devotee, not letting him go. What is described here? And this question came up in many contexts, also by learned people. Does God become partial? Meaning, if I go and worship God and express my willingness, to realize God consciousness, does God become partial towards me? Which doesn't fit the all indeed is God, that everything is God, the equal vision. And the answer is no, God does not become partial, not in its ultimate meaning, the non-dual reality, and not in the manifested form. God will not become partial. But the best way, the best explanation that I had for this is the analogy of the fire. So the fire will be there giving heat and light to everybody. But if we stay away and we are completely not interested in the fire, we will not get the heat. Maybe we will get a little light, maybe not. But if we come closer, we will express our interest. We will enjoy the heat and the light. So the closer we come to God, the more we enjoy the divinity. And here, by meaning, nor do I become separated from him, it is impossible to have the separation any longer. Because for this person, there is only the unity. There is no longer the duality. There is no longer the diversity. So separation is impossible. Not because of partiality, but because of knowledge. And this is the beautiful message of this verse. And the teachings on God consciousness continue in the next verses. So please join us. Om Shanti.